Let's talk about insecurities. We all have them, and it's pretty natural to have insecurities. What I believe, though, is that capitalism magnifies our insecurities and greatly profits off of them. And by creating new insecurities, it makes us feel less valuable as human beings and makes us chase the dream that actually is impossible. Capitalism creates this illusion of a perfect person who has it all together, who is always productive and always on time, and always buys the best new things. So, the whole comparison with the Jones has been talked about much. And it's very true that by comparing ourselves to our own peers or the people in our communities we are somewhat close to, we may experience insecurity. So comparing oneself to the people in your own age group or socioeconomic class may lead you to develop unhealthy coping mechanisms. For example, I have experienced shopaholism or shopping addiction, and I used to buy things to soothe myself, to make myself feel more valuable, and I am now working through this very harmful habit. And this is just one way you can develop an unhealthy coping mechanism. Another way the insecurity profits capitalism is that when a person feels inferior to others, they may become hostile towards others because they may feel this bitterness build up in them. They may look at others and be like, why do they have a good life? Why don't I have what they have? And sometimes we may attribute their happiness to material objects, or we may think it is connected to their appearance. And if you think that's not true, and this is all superficial nonsense that teenagers fall for only, then think about communities like an incel community. This is where a lot of people actually have fallen into this very harmful notion that your appearance guides your life outcomes. And this is just one of many examples on how convincing people that something is wrong with them is extremely profitable, because now you can sell them all the solutions. You can sell them self-improvement books. You can sell them skincare. You can sell them clothing items. You can sell them lifestyle items that are going to showcase their lack of insecurity or create a false sense of superiority. And we may think that it's a pretty natural thing for us to compare each other to others. Well, there might be some basis to this, but I do remember this funny story my teacher many years ago told me about comparison in prehistoric times. And obviously this example my teacher, I think, pulled out of nowhere. But she said, just imagine if people in prehistoric times would compare each other. I mean, wouldn't they all be killed by other animals because they were wasting their time just staring at each other and be like, oh, look at me, I'm more buff than you. And this is a silly example, but I do think that there is truth to the fact that the more modern and technologically advanced we become, the more time we have to spend on minuscule comparisons. And if you look into the beauty industry, don't look into the beauty industry if you want to preserve your sanity. But, this whole joke about, oh, here is an all-in-one soap for men. It's a shampoo, it's a conditioner, it's a rinse, it's a soap, it's going to do your taxes, etc. And here is a special lotion designed specifically for the woman's left elbow. And it's true, there's so many products targeted at women. There's so much artificially created demand that we look at the products exist and we're like, should I actually be concerned with that? If this thing exists, maybe it is an actual legitimate problem that I should look into. And that's all they want. They want you to start questioning yourself and your actual being. Because once you start on that path, it is a slippery slope. And maybe you're not going to fall into those marketing schemes. Maybe you're enlightened and you're immune to marketing. But most of us aren't. So most of us subconsciously or unconsciously follow those stupid trends in one way or another. So creating insecurity is incredibly profitable. Creating insecurity is one of the building blocks of capitalism. Artificial demand has been explored by many leftist philosophers and thinkers. So if you're interested, we can talk more about it. If you're not interested, I will still talk more about it.